When we first came to Hollywood, the old established guys had no idea that we were actually musicians. We were in Levi's. Everyone smoked cigarettes in those days. And the old established guys, I mean, these are all the classically trained guys that were doing the great MGM spectaculars and 20th Century Fox musicals and so forth. They said, these kids are going to wreck the business. Bless you. And we didn't, instead of wrecking the business, we really created so much business, it was wonderful. But you know, I wanted to tell you, if possible, I wanted to tell you one great funny story. Because when you mentioned Dirty Dancing, you thought it was a porno movie? No. You all know the name Nelson Riddle. One of the great composers. I haven't been asleep for a couple of days, so I've lost my voice. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. And so, these classically trained musicians rarely got studio calls to do records. They were with symphonies. They were incredibly, just wonderful musicians. Well, one day, one of the great composers had a movie to do. And it was, in fact, a porno movie. And he had written, Nelson Riddle had written all these incredible clarinet parts. And he wanted this guy from the symphony to play him. So they hired him. He rarely ever got into a studio. And they did this, all this soundtrack. And when the thing finished, this fella, Bernie, went to the composer and said, "Excuse me, Mr. Riddle, I rarely get to hear my clarinet work on record. Is it possible I could stay for the playbacks?" And the guy said, "Bernie, you did a beautiful job. It was incredible. But this is a very, very low-budget movie. We're not going to have playbacks. So thanks very much. Fill out your form and get paid." So I said, "But gee, Mr. Riddle, I never get to hear this stuff. Couldn't I just at least..." He said, "We're not having any playbacks, and I'm terribly sorry. That's it." He said, "Well, at least tell me, what's the name of the movie?" So he said, "You don't want to see this movie, believe me." He said, "But I want to hear my clarinet." He said, "Well, the name of the movie is Shirley and the Dogs." Well, the guy finally went home, and a couple of months later, he's walking down Santa Monica Boulevard, and he sees the Pussycat Theater where they have all these porno movies. And he sees Shirley and the Dogs. So he said, "Geez, I've got to hear this. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon." He puts his shirt up, and he buys his $5 ticket. He goes in there and he sits there, and he can't believe what he is seeing with this woman and all these dogs. What's going? This pornography was unbelievable. And at the end of the movie, there were real fast roll of credits, and all the lights came on. And he was very embarrassed. And he looked over, there was an old man and his wife sitting there, looking, and he was so embarrassed, he said, "I don't usually come to these theaters, but I was playing the clarinet and the music, and that's why I'm in this theater." And the old woman turned to her, she said, "We never come here either. We came to see our dog."
I think we better go to the next question very quickly.